Hello everyone, this is Ketisha. In this video, I'm going to go through the AQA Biology Paper 2 Higher Tier from 2025. Question number 4 is on the topic of homeostasis and response. Human growth hormone, HGH, is made by the pituitary gland. Name one other hormone made by the pituitary gland. Now, ADH is a hormone that is ADH is another hormone that is produced by the pituitary gland, or it's called antidiuretic hormone. Is the hormone that is used to maintain water balance in your body. You can also write FSH, follicle stimulating hormone, or LH as well, luteinizing hormone. HGH is a protein. A child with a deficiency of HGH can be given injections of HGH. What would happen to the HGH if it was given as a tablet, if it was swallowed? Now, if it's a protein, then it's made out of amino acids. So if it was swallowed, then this the acid in the stomach would actually break down the protein. So it would be digested to amino acids. Right? Now the protein that is actually the enzyme that is going to break down this protein would be protease, which is present in the stomach acid. So you can just simply mention it will be digested to amino acids. You don't have to mention this, but we'll just write by the protein, by protease enzymes. Scientists can use genetic engineering to make HGH. Figure 4 shows a summary of the process. So you have the human DNA with the HGH gene, which is colored in gray. Several steps using enzymes and plasmids. And then it's finally inserted. Bacterium containing HGH. H is released into the insulin, into the culture medium. Okay. Describe how scientists can transfer the gene from HGH from human cells to bacterial cells. Use information from figure 4. So you've got the human DNA which contains the gene for HGH. So this needs to be cut from the human DNA using enzymes. These are enzymes, a group of enzymes called restriction enzymes. Restriction. Now for GCSE, you don't really need to know the name of the enzymes. The marking scheme certainly doesn't ask you to name them. Once it's cut, so you've got the gene, it needs to be inserted into a plasmid. Now plasmid, remember, in a bacteria, you've got the circular DNA. That's the plasmid. Right? And it's got DNA which is not inside a nucleus. Now the plasmid is actually a circular DNA which is not actually responsible for any major function in a bacteria, so you could actually manipulate it. So you would isolate the plasmid and then cut that again using enzymes, and then insert the gene into the plasmid, and then transfer that plasmid into the bacteria. So although here it says on the diagram it's just the HGH gene, it has to be part of the plasmid. So let's write the answer. First of all, isolate the HGH gene from human DNA and cut it out using enzymes. Isolate and cut the plasmid in the bacteria. Join the HGH gene into the cut plasmid, again using enzymes. Then put the plasmid containing the HGH gene back into the bacteria. Next question. Growth hormone GH can be extracted from the urine of farm animals. It is better to use HGH made by genetic engineering than to use GH from the urine of farm animals. Suggest 2 reasons why. Do not refer to ethical reasons or religious beliefs in your answer. So if you're going to get the hormone from animal, then there might be infections that could cross over. It's not going to be the same genetic makeup as that from the human gene, right? And it's also easier to extract the HGH from a bacterial cultural solution rather than from the urine. You have to collect the urine from farm animals as well, which can be limited as well. So any 2 of these should be okay. HGH is easier to isolate and purify than the GH from the urine of farm animals, because the urine will contain a whole lot of other impurities, and it could also contain other hormones as well, antibiotics and such. Whereas in the bacteria genetically modified version HGH, you're only going to have the this particular hormone in the solution. Could be made in larger quantities, right? Less chance of an immune reaction from HGH, less chance of containing antibiotics, right? That's the end of the question, and I will see you in the next question. Thanks for watching.